We have to tell you about one little thing before we bring out Roger and Gene and Roger, Siskel and Ebert. You know, in addition to becoming, I think, the most popular, most respected, most opinions sought after movie critics in the country, I think people just like these guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like them.
Well, there you go.
See that?
That's just exactly what I was talking about.
That's what you meant, yeah, and I do.
All right, listen very closely, ladies and gentlemen. On Saturday, January 18th, right here in New York City at the Radio City Music Hall, the Great Stage. Is that what they call that, Paul?
Yeah, sure they do.
Yeah, the Great Stage.
The Great Stage.
New York City, we are doing our 10th anniversary television program. Now, if you would like to join us in all of the festivities, I believe we have balloons for the kids. You write this address down and call us, mail us, write us. When you have the address, you send in a postcard. 10th anniversary special, me, Dave, Post Office Box 4682. 4682. An easy way to remember that number, add it up and divide it by 4. 4682, New York, New York 10185. Please, please, ladies and gentlemen, and we're not kidding around here, no postcards. No, I'm sorry. Only postcards. Only postcards. We don't want any long, rambling letters about your life. We just want a postcard. And you must be at least 16 years old to attend. So can 16-year-olds buy postcards? I think
I don't know. In some states.
Some states you can. I'm not sure about Canada. Anyway, it's January 18th. We would love to have you join us. We've been on the air wasting videotape for 10 full years. I know in this last election there in Indiana, they were trying to raise it to 16 to buy postcards in Indiana. The legal age to buy postcards.
Defeated, though.
Yeah. Let's bring them right out here. Our first guests are probably the best-known movie critics in these United States, and beginning November 29th, the Siskel and Ebert Holiday Special. Well, what the hell is that? Is that like Christmas carols and skating and stuff? Andy Williams and you guys and phony snow? Circle your TV guides. November 29th, the Siskel and Ebert Holiday Special will be seen all across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, the lovely and talented Siskel and Ebert. Yes, sir. Good to have you here.
Nice to be here.
You guys have been with us a long time over the last 10 years. I always liked you guys, and I'm happy you can come on. And whenever I get a chance to watch your show, I'm always entertained.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's educational and entertaining.
Yes.
Yeah. Now tell me about the Siskel and Ebert Holiday Special.
It's educational and it's entertaining.
Is it going to be you guys in a sleigh with one of those phony backdrops?
Actually, there's only room for Roger in the sleigh.
Oh, well.
We're going to be reviewing various... I'll just ignore that.
How do you think the horses feel?
Oh, my God!
You know, backstage he was saying, now, Raj, when you get out there, I want you to be serious this time and don't go for a lot of cheap, trashy laughs.
Hair jokes. Yeah.
The special.
We're going to review a lot of new movies that are out on video and Laserdisc, and we're going to play with some new electronic toys, like this VCR Plus. You know that, where you can record something off the air even if you don't know how to operate your VCR.
Is that right?
Which is 95% of everybody.
Yeah, that's me, for sure.
It is actually a good product. I've never done it. It's like, think about $60, and it uses the coding that you find sometimes in TV Guide.
That's right.
Digital code for each program. Your show has a number.
What is our number for the show?
4682.
No, that's the post office box for the tickets. But
everybody will be taping reruns of the Beverly Hillbillies now.
But do you guys know anything about this? Shouldn't you?
No, not really. No, he had to have the staff set it up for him so he could demonstrate himself learning it.
Yeah, but is this what we want from you guys? Don't we want just information about movies?
In addition, it's an hour, so normally we only do a half an hour, so we had to fill.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Tennis, one of those Nintendo games.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that'll be great.
We recommend there are a lot of movies now. There's a big industry actually in the restoration of movies and presenting them on Laserdisc where you can see them better and hear them better. So, for example, Apocalypse Now had the soundtrack remastered. The image, the photographic image, has been brought up to snuff too, so you don't get a muddy quality that you might get if you rent a little VHS.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the original, and I think it was cut from most theaters, Brando at the end actually does a song. I understand that's back.
That's back in.
Yeah. Now, how long have we been talking about Laserdisc, and you still don't have them, Shane, do you?
No, but I want to tell you something.
Year after year, you come backstage and say, should I get one of those? And you always say, yeah, and then you say, I'm going to get it.
I think he's waiting for a freebie.
But you know, I remember when this company was owned by RCA, before General...
That was something else.
No. They had
it was
video
a piece
disc.
of junk.
No, but they had the video disc.
No, it wasn't either. It played the picture with a needle.
Oh.
It had nothing to do with Laserdisc.
Oh, was that what it was? Oh, okay.
It was obsolete before it was introduced.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But it only makes sense that we reproduce video and audio electronically as opposed to mechanically.
You would think so.
Yeah. Well, I think we've come a long way. That's good. What are you guys fighting about in the theaters these days? What do you like? What do you don't like?
We had a disagreement over this new Bette Midler, James Caan picture, For the Boys.
For the Boys.
Yeah. We both agreed that the makeup at the end, you want to see those two characters look like lizards?
A little big man.
It's real bad.
He comes out, he's 91 years old. The drama is whether or not he'll get through the scene before the makeup falls off. Very suspenseful.
It was a very, very bad decision, and they even have at the end credits special makeup by them.
And you know how when actresses get real old, they're called ageless?
Yeah, that's right.
In this movie, she's very old.
Yeah.
Not ageless.
But I liked what went on before that aging.
Yeah.
Corny, but I thought it was sort of showbiz-wise about a couple of entertainers who worked together for years and can't stand each other.
I did not vote thumbs up on the movie, and it seemed to me that there was absolutely no chemistry between these two people at all. They didn't really like each other, and furthermore, separately, I didn't like either one of them.
Yeah.
So
now this brings up an interesting point, because one of your main criticisms of the film is not with the acting, not with the directing, but some of the makeup work involved. Now, is it fair to single out the person responsible for the makeup, or is that the responsibility of the director?
it's really the director's responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was hired, that's a good point. The guy was hired to do the makeup, so he delivers makeup. That it's bad and that it's accepted is the director's fault. That's actually
It's
right.
one of these formats where at the beginning, the actress is real old, and the producer comes to pick her up to take her to a show, and then she remembers. And then it's a series of flashbacks about World War II and North Africa and the Korean War and McCarthyism and television and the Vietnam War and so forth, and on and on and on. And then at the end, the show goes on the air, and they come out, and it's the climax of the whole movie, and they look, James Caan looks exactly the way he did in Alien Nation. It's very uncanny.
I got a million other questions. As you know, I love the cinema. We'll do a commercial and they're coming back, eh? All right, we'll be right back here with... Roger and Gene, Siskel and Ebert are here. You guys been together a long time, haven't you?
Yes,
We just had a
very
theft
long
of
time.
property occur.
16 years.
We just had a theft of
16
property.
years.
We'll straighten that up after the show.
No, wait a second. Roger, show what's in your pocket.
There's a card that David...
I wrote a little note to the
wrote
boys,
a little note
and they're
to Gene, and
over
Gene
it.
asked him to sign it, and then I grabbed it.
They're quarreling about
I
it
could
now.
grab it away from Gene because I've had so much practice over the year grabbing the check away from Gene. He hasn't...
After consuming all the food.
Yeah, okay, now... You boys are very, very infantile.
Thank you. Right.
We feel right at home here on the program, Dave.
Whoa! Now, this, we understand, the VCR code that you're talking about for these shows is this long 8-digit number, 6819822, but it changes every night. Well, what good is that?
Read the newspaper every day.
Listen,
and
by
you'll
the time you
find
gave
out.
that to people, it was for tonight's show, which they needed before we're on right now in order to record it. So
Is this like one of those
already
contests
obsolete.
that the Post used to have, like Wingo or something?
Yeah,
It actually
if
works.
you win, you get the show you wanted to record.
Get to host the show. That's what you get.
It works.
Let's see. Let's talk about the big blockbuster, this Cape Fear. What do you guys think of that?
Well, I liked it a little bit more than Roger. I think I gave it a little higher rating in my newspaper. And except for the ending, which sort of drags on a little bit, and so it doesn't seem perfect, it's very powerful. And Scorsese giving you the feeling of this creepy guy who just won't get away. and the guilt that you might have about past sins, and that there's someone out there, the devil basically, who's watching you and gonna get you, and De Niro plays the devil. And
the funny thing is that you like the devil more than you like Nick Nolte. It's very strange.
Is that right?
It's a Scorsese picture in
Well,
a way. He always has to kind of make the worst guy more attractive, although everybody in this movie is evil. It's not a battle between good and evil.
Everyone, even the family that's being terrorized,
even
is
the
evil?
daughter is kind of attracted to this guy, and the
Yeah.
mother's kind of not too nice.
They want to hurt
You
the
know,
dad.
the funny thing is
Both
about
of them.
Scorsese, he's such a good director that when you see a movie like this, you say, is this what Scorsese should be doing? Is this what Martin should be doing? Because he is the best director we have, and it's frankly a commercial horror, violent action picture. And yet, if it had been directed by anyone else, I wouldn't have asked that question. So in a sense, I accuse myself of holding him to a bit of a double standard. But I admire him so much that I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, but what you're saying there, I think, no, sure, having said all those nice things about him, then he can direct almost anything he wants to.
He can,
And,
yeah.
and that's fine. I mean, I'm sure he now won't make every other movie at that level. He'll go on to or back to whatever he was doing before.
I think the film is a little better than Roger is giving it credit for, though.
But now, did they need to make a sequel, or not a sequel, but a remake?
It was one of his favorite pictures.
Yeah.
And,
But he's turned it upside down. Just like he turned the musical upside down with his musical New York, New York, where it has an unhappy ending. Most musicals have happy endings. The couple can't get along. He turned the good versus evil, as Roger said, story inside out, so that it isn't pure good against pure evil.
Yeah. So, and this is going to be a huge film. It's doing great business.
it
already?
opened well, yeah.
I'm very surprised. It's extremely violent, and I would think that the word of mouth would not be that great. If it is, I think people are being exposed in the thriller genre to a terrific director.
I may not go see it because I understand the dog gets killed. Is that right? Do you see a dog get killed?
You know,
see, I don't want
it's
that.
a basic rule of cinema. Whenever you see,
See
a
the
dog,
boom, he's gonna, yeah.
if it's a thriller of any
boss, a
kind,
gun,
and
a
especially
truck.
if it's a family
Yeah.
pet, then it's going to go outside and it's not going to come back
If
in sooner or
anyone-
later. And then later on, it will turn up dead, or maybe even in a pot somewhere. We've all seen. What was it?
Yeah.
Fatal Attraction.
Fatal
It was in-
Attraction,
yeah,
Bunny.
right.
That's
Yeah.
right. Bunny was
Another standard thing is if you see anyone go into a hospital in a movie these days, they
Yeah,
die.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And I have another rule of thumb, and I don't know how people will take this. I will not really go see a movie unless I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least one butt shot in it.
How do you? You know, a lot of critics don't cover that. What is your source of preliminary information? I mean, you hang around asking people as they come out, you know?
Yeah,
Were there any thoughts?
that's what I do.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Yeah, well, what do you think? When is that Ellen Barkin going to be making some more movies? I like her.
What an odd segue.
You know that Sea of Love? Remember that thing?
Yeah, I like that
Oh,
picture.
man, she was good
Very
in that.
sexy.
Yeah. And you know, and
That's
the,
something
Threw
that
a
critics...
coat over her shoulder, walked around the room, and then came back for more.
That's
Yeah.
something that critics rarely cover in their reviews.
What, the
is
butt
how,
shot?
That for sure. But how, actually, they've talked about how Mel Gibson resorts to it in pictures.
I'm not interested in Mel Gibson. I'd just like to go on record here.
When you were talking about the underwear models, you're talking about women's butts or men's butts?
No, in that case, it was guys. It was
Yeah, but
guys.
I mean, you're not interested in Mel Gibson or...
I think I stated my preference here by mentioning the name of a popular young actress.
Getting it back to film criticism, most movie reviewers do not talk about the erotic nature of films.
Is it? No, that's not true.
I think it is. I think that they shy away from saying, I was turned on, and acknowledging that,
Yeah.
and even rewarding
more
it.
academic about it or more detached. It's sure to turn other people on.
What about that Pauline Kael? Do you guys get along with her?
Yeah, I like her very much.
You
She's terrific.
admire her work?
I
You
wish
like
you
her?
were still writing regularly.
Yeah. We'll try and get her on the show.
Okay.
Hey, are we out of time? Okay, let's see. Did we cover everything we needed to cover? The big holiday special with Gene and Roger, November 29th, all across the
No
United
butt
States.
shots in that.
Oh, well, see, there you go. You're making a mistake going in.
Okay,
Nice to
thanks.
see you, Roger. Thank you very much. Happy to have you here. Gene, nice to see you. We'll be right back.